Hey, what's slicing everybody? Chris back with CAC Knives here with another knife unboxing video of a knife that I probably should have added to my collection a long time ago, but I was waiting for a version that I top tier loved, and one finally came out. Before we unbox this, if you could do me a favor by liking the video and subscribing to the channel, if you like this kind of content, I would really appreciate it. Now, this is kind of going to give it away, but this is the Boker Kalashnikov. But this is in the Mace Windu version, or the Star Wars lightsaber version, which is very cool. I thought this was awesome. If it looks anything like the pictures, then this is going to be dope. So let's find out for ourselves. Oh, wow. It looks so cool. Now, what this is supposed to represent is Mace Windu's lightsaber. And if you're like the millions of other people out there, I'm sure you've seen the Star Wars movies at least once. It's probably the most popular franchise of all time. Maybe outside of the superhero stuff, I don't know. They could probably give each other a run for their money. But as a model, the Boker Kalashnikov's been around for a long time. This knife's been around for a real long time. But I don't really like basic things. Wow, this is so cool. It is an automatic, so you got to kind of make sure you got a good grip. And then it just flies out. Yes, these are designed in Germany because they're a Boker, but they are manufactured in Taiwan. And this specific one is in D2 steel. Now, I'm not sure. I know the handles are aluminum. The hardware is probably just stainless with some kind of gold coating on it. It's interesting for the pivot. It's kind of different. And then they put some kind of finish on the blade. I don't know if that's Cerakote or what that is, or if it's just paint. It doesn't really look like paint. You know, it looks like something else. But I want this one to keep its color, so I'm probably not going to carry it very much. Aluminum color fades eventually. If you carry it too much or you bang it off of things, the color will fade. So this is something that I'm going to keep. But I got this one. For one, I've always wanted a Kalashnikov to be in my collection. And for two, I love Star Wars. And I didn't even know this existed. And I'm so happy to have it. Everybody needs an auto in their collection of some sort. And yeah, it's cool. Let's see. I'll be quiet for a second so you guys can hear it kind of engage. Listen to this. Yeah, autos are so cool. This honestly wasn't too expensive. Now, you're going to think it's expensive for D2 and aluminum, but what you've got to understand is this is an automatic. Automatics are more expensive to manufacture than just a typical, folding knife, right? Automatics, they just cost more money to make, and you have to take that into account. You also have to take into account with this specific version that there's a lot of extra work and extra steps at a factory to do this. If you just used one base color or maybe even two base colors for this knife, that'd be one thing, but they coated the blade, they, changed all the hardware, they made this silver and then they had to black this. Those are extra steps at the factory, not to mention this is not made in China, this is made in Taiwan. So you have to keep that into account. This is not that, quote unquote cheaper labor. I don't have a problem with Chinese knives at all. I have quite a large collection of them, in fact, of Chinese manufactured knives, but it's just something to keep in mind with the price. Now, I got this for $80. I think they've since went up to $90. If they are still available, I will link them down in the description. But yeah, what do you guys think of this? I will do a review on this knife eventually. This thing is awesome. I will never be getting rid of this one. Just because it's combining two of my favorite things, which is knives and Star Wars, into one thing. And the fact they designed it to look like a lightsaber is just awesome to me. Plus, even if you don't like Star Wars, is this colorway not just beautiful? Silver, black, gold, and purple. That is dope, right? And it's not like this is a colorway you see very often. They even did the barrel spacers gold, which is something, honestly, a lot of companies usually do hardware. If they're going to color, they do all the hardware, but they always miss the backs or the barrel spacers. And in this case, they didn't. So that's kind of neat. Another thing I kind of like with that in mind is you can go all around this knife and you still have the gold, black, purple, and silver vibe going on. And, you know, the aluminum actually makes this knife kind of lightweight as well. Now, the Boker Kalashnikov, when I do the review, I can tell you right now it's likely to get a pretty positive one because this thing has been tested by multiple YouTubers and this thing holds up. Will the coatings and paint and stuff hold up after intense use? No. It's just aluminum, you know, it's just colored aluminum and the color is going to come off. But will this knife hold up? Yes, extremely well. Metal Complex has a Kalashnikov that he's had in his collections for years and years and years and used it many times. I actually want to get a Kalashnikov just to use as a working knife because let me tell you, the base Kalashnikovs you can get for around 50 bucks. That is probably the cheapest way to get a good automatic knife is the Kalashnikovs. And at this point, there's probably at least 40 to 50 different versions on various websites of Kalashnikovs between blade shapes, you know, blade steels, handle configurations. They're generally always aluminum. There may be a titanium version out there, but I know there's a cool one with a skull on the handle. You can get titanium clips for them, which if it wasn't this version, I would do, but the titanium clip that I'd want is gold, and I don't think it's going to be this gold. I think it's going to be like bright, shiny titanium gold, so I wouldn't want that on this knife specifically. But yeah, this is one I definitely recommend everybody add to their collection. Before we go, let's hear that sound one last time. Yeah. Well, with that, I'll let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching.